Hello everybody. Today the tutorial we're going to do is to create a title bar, or I'm sorry, a title block for a drawing page in Fusion. So that's what we're going to be learning how to do. So we're starting off a little bit differently today. We want to go up to our file. We're not going to go to our data panel yet. We want to go to File, and then you're going to go to New Drawing Template. When that opens up, you'll see, or when that dialog box opens up, you want to look. Template should say From Scratch. Standard should be ASME. Units should be inches. Sheet size should say the letter B. Your width should be 17 inches, height should be 11 inches, and orientation should be landscape. And then you want to click OK. Alrighty, opens up a drawing page for you. Here is the title block down here. This is the title block we want to do away with. We don't want this title block. We're going to personalize it to make one that we're going to use just for IED. Okay. So I clicked off to the side just to kind of activate the page. You'll notice when I hover over the title block, it gets bold. So when it's bolded like that, you want to right click, and then you're going to go down to Edit Title Block. Not New Title Block, but Edit Title Block. You'll have a dialog box that opens up. You'll have three options for the source. It could be from existing, from scratch, or from DWG file. We're going to use from scratch, so make sure from scratch is checked. And then in the name, you're going to call this IED Title Block. And we're going to click OK. We'll take you to a page that looks like this. Your page may actually look like this, where it's just a kind of white or black grayed out back screen. If that's the case, over here on your dialog box where it shows Show Layout Grid, you want to click that box. You also want to click Snap to Grid. That will help when we're lining things up. It'll snap it right to a certain area. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we are going to, one thing I did forget. Our line width, we want to change this to 0.25 millimeters. Almost forgot about that. So continuous 0.25 millimeters, we're going to leave that black, and then all three of these boxes should be checked. Now we're going to create a line to kind of divide up the page. Think about this as the actual drawing page. So 17 inches wide, 11 inches tall. So we're going to divide up a section of this page that'll be just for our title block. I'm going to go up to my line tool, up on the Create tab. Let's kind of scoot this a little bit. So I'm going to go down here in the lower left corner. You'll see that I get a little green box here. I'm going to click on that green box, and I'm going to drag this over to the right. And I'm going to drag it all the way over until I get another little green box. And I'm going to click. I'll right click and click OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on up to my Modify tab, and I'm going to click on the Move tool. I'm going to click on this line that we just created. Then up here in Transform, I'm going to click over here where it says Point to Point. And I'm going to click on, I'm going to click on this line. I'm going to drag it upwards. I want to make sure sometimes when I move it, it's not touching the left and right side anymore. You want to make sure that you keep it lined up with the left and right. We want this to be 1 inch. Or close to 1 inch. It looks like it's not wanting me to do exactly 1 inch. So I've got it at 1.0125. That's fine. That's close enough. So then I'm going to click. I'm going to right click and click OK. So now I have a line. This rectangular area down here is where our title block is going to be. Okay, let's set up the first section of our title block. We're going to, lost my place. We're going to go on up to the Create tab. We want to go to the Text tool. That's the capital A up there. We're going to come on down here. We're going to be kind of in the upper left corner of our title block area. I'm going to click and we're going to drag out to create a text box. Okay. And you'll see a dialog box open. I want to change the height to 0.25 and I want to make this bold. And then I'm going to type in project. Okay. I'm going to click close. And then I'm going to click on this and I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to kind of center it a little bit. Center it the best I can. Now we're going to go on up, back up to the Create tab. We're going to click on Attribute. And click on Attribute. I'm going to come over just a little bit away from where I typed in the word project. And I'm going to click again. This assigns an attribute to that box. So what that means is when you create a drawing, it will automatically put in there the name of the project. So we want to put it up here in our dialog box, attribute. For this part, we want this to be, where did it go? Project name. So you're going to select project name. We want the font height to be 0.25. You're going to keep the actual font as Arial, the default. Then we're going to click close and we're going to click on this and we're going to kind of center it. I'm going to take it so that it's about a block or a block, about block and a half away from the original word project. The reason why we're doing that is if I have it too close, when it types in the name of the project, it'll overlap with the word project. So we want to make sure we have some spacing there. Okay, next thing we want to do is I'm going to draw a line, a border line here. I want to kind of section off an area of this. I'm going to go back up to my line tool. And I'm going to line it up right here with this edge. I know this edge is straight and correct, so I'm going to use this to help make my line. So I'm going to click here at the bottom left corner where the square is again. I'm going to go on up till I get to that other square. Okay, and then I'm going to right click and click OK. I'm going to go up to my Move tool on the Modify tab. I'm going to select that line we just created. Then I'm going to go back to Transform. I'm going to click Point to Point. I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to drag it on over this way. I want this line to be about 4 inches away from the edge. We want to get it as close as we can. I think that's about as close as we get it is 4.01. So click, right click, and OK. So now we have that border line. Okay, we're going to put some more information in here. We're going to go up to our title, our text box, our text tool, and do the same thing again. We're going to click over here, draw out a text box. Again, we want to make this 0.25, and we want this to be bold. And I'm going to type in T-I-T-L-E, title. And I'm going to make my title box, or my text box, a little bit smaller so it fits the word better, and click close. Now I'm going to go ahead and center this, trying to keep everything lined up so it looks nice and neat on the page when we're finished. Okay, go up to my attribute tool again. Again, we're going to go a little bit away from where I typed in title. Click. We're going to go up to our attribute. We're going to go to Title 1. Okay. And then we're going to go to height. We want the height to be 0.25. And then we're going to click close. And again, we're going to click and kind of move this so that it's kind of centered with the word title that we typed before, and we want it about a block and a half away, just so it has some room for when it auto-populates with the information. I'm going to draw another border line. I'm going to go up to my line tool. I'm going to use this line here. I'll click at the bottom, go on up, click up at the top, right click and OK. I'm going to go up to, I'm going to go on up to my move tool. I'm going to click on this line, and then I'm going to do transform point to point. This one sometimes gives me a little bit of a problem, so do the best you can with it. You might need to redo it a couple times. Click, and you can see it's doing it already to me. You can see it's kind of making an extra line in there. We don't want that. So I'm going to get out of that, try again, click, and it's not going to do it there. Oh, that's right. So I'm going to do that, and it's doing it again. This, for some reason, this line has a tendency to be a real pain. Oop. Okay, I'm going to redo that line. So line, doot. So just so you know, you're not the only ones that sometimes have problems with some of the features on here. Prime example right now. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Nope, definitely don't want that. Oops, backed out too far. Let's try again. Try from the top, go down this way. This time I don't have the green boxes, but we're going to try anyway, see what happens. Okay. This is really going to start making me mad here in a minute. Okay, let me try this, see if this will work. I want to go 3.75. Okay. Yeah, see, now it didn't do it. Oops. Okay, I'm going to try doing it this way. Maybe if I do it from this line here, it'll... Oh, that's not going to help though, because I need it 3.75 away from there. So let's try this again. It does eventually work. It's just a real pain sometimes. There, there. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more accurate. Let's see. There we go. Zoomed in a little bit more and it helped it out. So I want to go to 3.75 now. And okay. And now that I know I have a little bit of room, I can move. Oops. I can drag this over just a little bit more. Give it some room. Okay. Whew, we finally got that done. Okay, we're going to do one more line. Or one more line right now. This one is going to go across this way. It's just going to divide the top and bottom of this remaining section. So I'm going to zoom again. There we go. I'm going to go up to my line tool again. I'm going to find the center point. So if your midpoint constraint is working, that's great. Use that to help you. Mine, for some reason, is not turning on right now. But I do know that if I go down 2 boxes here, that's going to be the midpoint because it's 4 boxes tall. So I'm going to go to that box right there. I'm going to click. I'm going to drag across to the right. And then I'm going to click over here and do OK. Now we're going to use the text tool again. I'm going to click, drag. I'm going to make this. I want to leave this at 0.12 this time, but I do want it bold. And we're going to call this drawn. Let me adjust the size of the box there. Click close. Again, I'm going to kind of center this a little bit more so it looks neat. And I'm going to go up to my attribute. I'm going to click a little bit away from there. I'm going to probably go a little bit farther with this one. And the attribute this time is going to be called drawn by. So this is where your name will end up going. When you do a drawing, it will automatically put your name in here. So we want to center this. I want to keep it again away. This time I'm doing about 2 blocks away this time, just to make sure we have enough room for the name. Oop, that should be good right about there. Okay, so we got that one done. Now we're going to do drawn date. So we're still going to keep this in the same area. So we're going to go up to attribute again. And I'm going to go about 2.5 blocks away from where I put drawn by, and I'm going to click. And this time I'm going to do drawn date and click OK. And then I'm going to center it. And I might try moving it over just a little bit more, just to make sure I got enough room for everything. Okay. Now we're going to do the text tool again. We're going to go underneath that borderline, draw out our text box, and this time we're going to, forgot to hit bold, and this is going to be called checked. We're going to click OK or close. We're going to center that. Go up to attribute. I'm going to try and kind of line it up with what I have for the drawn by up top. This one we do not have a pre-made heading for, so we have to go to custom, and then we're going to type in checked by. So that's where somebody who's checking your work would sign off. And we're going to do close. We're going to move this over a little bit. That way we know that that's where the person who's going to be checking your work can sign off. And then we are going to draw another divider line. This one we're going to kind of center in between here. Oh, sorry. No, we're not. Sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So we're going to get the line. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in so we can see better. I'm going to put down there, right up there, click OK. I'll move over a little bit so I can see more. And do move, click, transform. Then I'm going to click on it, drag it on over. This one we want to go 4.25. So 4.25 is right there. Click OK. Now I'm on the last little bit of the box. I'm going to go up to text. And here we're going to click. Make a text box. We want this to be bold. We're going to type in sheet. And we're going to use the hashtag or pound key to represent number. Click. Whoops. Spelled sheet wrong. There we go, sheet. Okay, and again, I'm going to center that best I can. I'm going to go up to attribute. Just a little bit away from there, and I'm going to go ahead and click. And my attribute, I'm going to go down to sheet number, because that's what this is going to say. So if you have, this will say, if you actually have drawings that you're doing an assembly and you have 3 or 4 drawings, it will tell them what sheet number this particular one is. So sheet number and close. We'll center that a little bit better. Okay. Then, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to find where roughly the center is here. So this should be, I think, 15 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, so we want to go to about 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 is going to be right around there. We're going to do a line. So I think I said it was right around here. So we're going to draw a line going down, And it doesn't need to be exact. We just kind of want to try and keep it kind of symmetrical and neat looking. So we're going to go up to text on this side. And this is going to say size. Oh, and I do want that bold. I forgot to do bold again. And close. And I'm going to go ahead and center this a little bit. Try and make it look kind of like the others. And then my attribute. Set it off. And attribute is going to be paper size. And click close. I think that actually centered pretty good there, so I'm good with that. One more to do. We're going to go up to text again. Down here, make our text box. We're going to make sure this is bold. We're going to call this scale. Whoops. Go close. I'm going to center this a little bit. Do attribute. And then for attribute, you're going to do drawing scale. And click close. And that looks like it's centered off pretty good too. At this point, we're going to go ahead and finish title block. Kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Notice everything's spaced out real nicely. The username and create date aren't on top of each other. Make sure everything's all spaced out real nicely. If anything's too close, you need to go back in and modify it. The way you go back in to fix it is, remember, when it gets bold like that, you'll just right click and you'll do edit title block and it'll take you back in. Okay, at this point we need to save this. So you're going to go on up to file and you're going to go to save. You're going to call this IED, oh I did it again, IED Title Block. You want to save this in your IED designs. Do not choose Unit 1. We want this to be available for all units, so we're just going to put this in the main folder of IED Designs. And then you can click, say if IED Designs is not there, click on the drop-down arrow and look through your projects to find it. Okay, and then we'll click Save. Wait for it to name. It's named up there. We're all set. Now, to save this or to share this in Canvas, you got to do something a little bit different. You're going to go on up here to File. You're going to go down here where it says Share File Link. Share File Link. Click on that. In just a moment, you'll see a dialog box come up. It has 3 options. Share the latest version with anyone using this link. Allow item to be downloaded. Require a password to access the link. We want to click Share the latest version with anyone using this link. So you'll get a check mark and it'll be blue. We want Allow item to be downloaded. Check mark. And we do not want to require a password. What you're going to do at this point, you're going to click Copy. Or you can highlight this and click Control C. Either one will work. And then in Canvas, that's what you'll just put this into Canvas. So you'll just paste it in. To paste it, you can do a Control V and that will paste it. Or you can right click and paste. If you need help with the pasting, let me know. I can help you out with that when it's time. And that is the end of title block.